नारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय राधा माधव, राधा माधव श्री राधे, जय राधा श्याम सुंदर, राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे, जय पंचतत्वा पंचतत्वा पंचतत्वा, जय पंचतत्वा, जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बालादेवा, जय सुभद्रा, जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद। श्री श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। So we'll start our class with Mangalacharan. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यनामिने, नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे, हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते, गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते, ताप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी, वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Shloka time. So it is 10th chapter, 11th verse. 10th chapter, 11th verse. Tesam evanukampartham aham najam tamaha nashyami atma bhavasto jnanadipena bhashvata. 10.11 Bhagavad Gita. तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाश्यामि आत्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वतः. It means to show them mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. In this verse, Krishna is saying to show them special mercy. To show whom mercy? To show mercy to all of the living beings like cats, dogs, humans, zebras. As you can see in the picture, so many creatures are there. So Krishna is inside all of the living being's heart of every living entity. And what he does, he destroys with shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Okay. So here's the sloka in English, and you can see the picture how Krishna is there, and a lamp is in his hand. With that lamp, he is uh, destroying the darkness of ignorance with knowledge. Okay, now lesson time. The final destination of Jad Bharat. So this is the story about Jad Bharat and a king. Okay, so in earlier book we saw how King Bharat. Okay, so every one of you know Jad Bharat. We have discussed one of the slides on Jad Bharat only. So tell yes or no if you know about him. Yes.
Mataji, I do not know about him.
Okay, who was he? Mitranshu.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mitranshu did not know. Aishini knows, right?
Yes.
Dves, you know? Okay, okay. So, what will I do? I'll give a brief description, a very little description of Bharat Maharaj, how he became Jad Bharat, and then we'll continue with this today's story. Okay. So, in the earlier book, we saw King Bharat, the great ruler, or whose name the country is known as Bharatvarsh, became a sage. Now, this is a brief description of himself. That in the previous slide we discussed it already, but I'll give a brief description so that there will be a connecting bridge between you guys can understand today's class. So, what happened? There was a great king named Bharat, and his name was King Bharat, and on his name only, our country's name is Bharatvarsh. He became a sage. Now, why he became a sage? Because he wanted to renounce everything and he wanted to remember the Lord at the end of his life. So he said, "Okay, I have so much opulence, I have so many wives, I have so many children. If I look at them at the time of the death, how will I be able to remember my Lord? I will maybe he was a great devotee, but just he thought that maybe I'll think of something else. I'll not be able to think of the Lord. I'll think of my wives, I'll think of my children, I'll think of my opulences, my so many riches, countries, enemy, anything it can be. So I'll think of them. So I must renounce everything and become a sage, because now I'm going to leave my body in some years. Now, when he renounced everything and went to jungle, he became a sage. Now, when he went to jungle, what happened? He became a he became attached to a baby deer. So what happened? A baby deer was there who was her mother was about to deliver the baby and is about to die, and he saved somehow. He managed to save the baby, but he cannot save the mother deer. So the baby deer was like very small, and he used to take care of him, and he became dearly attached, feeding him, playing with him, like always taking care of him. That okay, his beloved deer is like uh, good or not, everything he used to take care of him as a pet. Like when he died in his old age, his deer was not around him, so he was searching for his deer. Okay, where my deer went, where my deer went. So then his beloved deer went somewhere. So he thought, oh, where my deer went, and he died thinking of that. And in his next life, he became a deer himself. So whatever we think in at the end of our life, we become that only in a next life, right? So he became a deer. Now what happened next? The beautiful, graceful deer, none other than Sage Bharat himself, sat by the lake, lost in deep thought. It remembered its past life. Animals are not so advanced as humans in their consciousness, but the deer remembered his past birth because of strict religious practices of its previous life. It thought, I gave up my kingdom and my family to dedicate my life completely to Lord Vishnu, to remember his lotus feet. Alas, I got attached to a deer, and instead of going to Vaikuntha, returned to this material world as a deer. So, what happened? This beautiful deer was sitting across a lake, and who was he? He was none other than King Bharat, and he was thinking in deep thought, oh, I, I, I renounced everything just to go to Lord, just to go to Vaikuntha. But what is happening here? Here, I'm becoming a deer. I'm becoming a deer, and my life is being wasted. I cannot go to Lord like this. So, but the deer remembered his past birth because he was a good devotee. Like he remembered the Lord in his previous life. Generally, animals, even humans, can't remember their past lives, but that deer had uh, advanced consciousness that had strict religious principles, so he remembered everything. Now, he remembered and he thought beside the lake that, oh, I gave up my kingdom, my family to dedicate myself to the Lord. But what is happening? I'm just here becoming a deer, again rotting in this material world. I wanted to go out of this material world. I wanted to go back to my Lord, but I'm rotting here again. How bad I am, how foolish I am that I got attached to a deer at the end of my life. What happened next? That he left his mother deer. So every deer has a mother, every animal, every being has a mother. So he left his mother and went to Kanjara mountain and went to the forest of Shalgram, to the ashram of Pulatse and Pulahamuni. He hoped that even as an animal, he could benefit spiritually in the company of the sages till one day he died of old age. So, what happened? In the forest only, there was a mountain on which deep forest was there, and Pulatse and Pulaha, two sages used to live there, and they used to perform sacrifices, chant mantras, and remember the Lord there. So, Deer thought that, okay, um, by remaining like this in the company of the sages, I may get some advantage of spirituality. So he went there, he lived beside the ashram of the sages, only heard the mantras and like who every time engaged in the service of the Lord, and he was like sitting and listening or sometimes playing, doing something, and he was listening to Lord's only, Lord's glorifications only. So he died one day of his old age because deers have not much lifespan as humans know. So in some years he died. What happened then? He was careful not to repeat the mistakes of earlier lives. He just kept to himself. He did not have any friends. Okay, so now next, what happened? He took another birth. Now he died and he took another birth, and
Can I
this
read?
birth was as a son of a Brahmana. Yes?
Can I read Mataji?
Okay, Aishni, read.
He was careful not to repeat the mistakes of his earlier lives, so he just kept to himself. He did not have any friends, nor did he spend much time with his brothers. To the world, he appeared as deaf, dumb, madman, whereas in reality he was wise and alert. As the son of a Brahmin, there were certain duties to be performed, but Jada Bharat was least interested. His father tried to teach him the Brahmanical ways, the rituals, the do's and don'ts, but he deliberately behaved like a complete fool in front of his father, and the exact opposite of what he thought. Look at me, I'm talking to you.
Thank you, Aishini. Somebody else wants to read? Mitranshu wants to read?
A self-realized soul knows that ultimate purpose of life is go beyond rituals and other practices and simply fix one of the hearts and souls on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Mama read. All Jada
Okay.
Bharata wanted to hear, chant, and remember the glories of the Lord. He was eager to go back home, back to Vaikunta.
Okay, mute yourself, Mitranshu. Thank you, Mitranshu. Yeah. Dviz is there?
Mataji, can I read?
Yeah. Myra, read.
After his parents passed away, Jada Bharata was looked after by his 9 stepbrothers, who were highly learned Brahmins themselves. They found it um,
Cumbersome.
cumbersome to teach the Shastras to Jada Bharata, thinking him to be worthless. They gave him menial, menial jobs to do and sometimes put him to work in the fields. Jada was strong like a bull, with muscular arms, while he did not know or care about much the work given to him. He did it all without complaining. He ate whatever he got. Often he was fed worms, infested or stale, tasteless food, but a pranamsa and was above all these materialistic feelings.
Okay, thank you, Myra. Somebody else wants to read? Okay, I'll read. Once a gang of dacoits was looking for a human being to sacrifice to Ma Kali. The leader of the gang wanted a son and was told to make a human offering to her to appease her. The gang leader sent his cronies to all over to look for a man who would not be missed if he was killed. Would not be missed if he was killed. Yeah. They wandered all over in vain, but such a man was not to be found. The sun had set and darkness covered the skies and the ground densely. A long figure sat in the paddy fields, guarding it against the wild pigs and deers that attacked the greens. The dacoit saw how robust he was and hesitated in approaching him. But then who sits guarding in the fields at night? Hence they realized that this man was rather dumb. They just found their perfect Balidan for Ma Kali, their faces lit like lamps and otherwise in the otherwise dark night. They quickly tied him up with ropes and brought him to the temple of Ma Kali. Then the rituals began. The dacoits dressed Charbhadat in new clothes, decorated him with ornaments, applied scented bulb oils, sandal wood paste, and tilak all over his body. They put a garland of fresh flowers around his neck and fed him sumptuously. Jalbharat was seated before Ma Kali, and dacoits began to worship her with lamps, flowers, and fruits. They played bugles and drums and began to sing songs and prayers invoking her presence as per the rituals. One of the dacoits acted as the chief priest. He picked up a large sharp sword and blessed it with the mantra of Bhadrakali. He raised it to strike Jarbharat and behead him. Suddenly, the deity of Ma Kali burst with a thunderous sound, and Ma Kali herself emerged out of it. There was a blinding light and roaring fire coming out of her. She was angry. Makali could see these sinful men were about to kill this great devotee of the Lord and could not tolerate this. Her eyes were fiery and she looked very fearsome, flashing her fierce teeth. She leapt from the altar and grabbed the very sword which was meant to behead Charbharat and killed all the roaches. All through this, Charbharat remained unfazed. A surrendered devotee of Lord Vishnu is free from fear because he is completely dependent on the Supreme Lord and he knows the Supreme Personality of Godhead will protect in every circumstances. In another part of the forest, King Raghugana, the monarch of Sindhu, the monarch of Sindhu and Sau- Sauvira, was on his way to sage Kapila's ashram. In the olden days, people traveled long distances on foot or by bullock cart. Noblemen traveled on horseback while kings traveled by ornately decorated elephants. As King Raghugana was visiting Ashram Pamuni, he decided to travel simply in a palki or a palki carried by four bearers. Along the way, one of the palki bearers dropped out. Now there were only three of them, and it was impossible to carry the palki in this way. So three bearers set out to look for a fourth carrier of the palki. Deep in the forest, at the foot of a tree, sat Jar Bharat. Ma Kali had just saved him from the fierce dacoits. For a man who had just escaped a gruesome death, he was surprisingly unperturbed. Okay, so what happened is, Jar Bharat is there. Yeah. So Jar Bharat is dying and becoming an child of a Brahmana. So child of a Brahmana he becomes, and he had nine stepbrothers. Now he is not interested in any kind of study, any kind of worldly affair, playing, even eating, nothing. He is not interested. And um, he does not care about his body, act as he is deaf, dumb, and but in reality he was wise and alert. He was like wise and alert, but he acted as a deaf, dumb student. Why? Left from child. Why? Because he wanted to not to be noticed by any person. He wanted everyone like just think, oh, he is a dumb, and they do not say anything to him, do not get attached to him, so that he also do not get attached to anyone in this material world and can practice Krishna's bhakti only. So remember the Lord only and do not get attached to any of the family member or anyone else or any animal and nothing, no one. No, he just behaved like a fool. His father wanted to teach him Brahminical principles, but he did not seem to listen. Now, it just said that a self realized person knows the purpose of life, and the purpose of life is to know Krishna, is to surrender oneself to the lotus feet of Krishna. While everyone was playing, as you can see in the picture, all the Brahmana boy are busy playing, the animals are busy grazing. So he used to sit in a quiet place like a dumb man and just used to meditate on the Lord, think of the Lord, closing his eyes. Lotus feet of the Lord, he used to think. And people used to think, oh, he cannot play, he cannot hear, he cannot talk like this. But he wanted just to hear, chant, and remember the glories of the Lord so that he could go back home, back to Godhead Vaikuntha. Now, some time happened and he became like young man and his parents passed away. So his stepbrothers, nine stepbrothers, found that he is not interested in any shastras. He cannot be taught anything. He is just fit for like giving some menial works like putting him work in the field and just doing some security jobs like guarding the field, something like that. So he was very strong, but he cared little about him, and whatever food he was given, may it be warm infected food or stale, means may it be food which is like almost rotten, on which worms are feeding, fungus are there, or some bad food or some left food, he does not care. He just ate every tasteless bad food he was given. He does not care about what is being given to me. He just ate whatever he got, whatever he was given, small amount, large amount, he does not care. He just ate all of it, and he was above all these materialistic feelings. Now what happened? Once in a night, he was given the job of guarding the fields, guarding the paddy fields, and some dacoits. The head dacoit had no son, and he was said that if you uh, give the sacrifice of a human who is like who is not cared by anyone, who is like, okay, if he dies nobody will ask also where he went. So like that, if a human is found and you give a bali of him, if you give a sacrifice of the person, you kill him in front of Ma Kali, then you'll get a child. So his teammates were searching for a person like this, they were not able to find. So they went to this field, and they think that, oh, this is a very muscular person, we must go away from him, otherwise he will kill us. But then he thought, okay, this is the dead of the night, and which person stays till this much night in the field? So he must be the person who is deaf, dumb, or who is not cared by anyone. That's why he is sitting in the fields in this dead of night. So they understood their task, and they went to take him, and they took him, fed him sumptuously, dressed him, and then the head was about to kill him just when Ma Kali appeared. And Ma Kali was very angry, because Ma Kali is who? Ma Kali is the servant of the Lord only, no? So Krishna is the supreme Lord, and his energy is Ma Kali. Ma Durga, they are all his servants only. They are actually acting as per the direction of the Lord. So how can Ma Kali see the devotee of his Lord's devotee being killed like this, or being harassed like this? So she was very angry, and she killed all the dacoits with the sword. The dacoit was carrying only the she killed everybody, and she like benedicted, and she went away. The Jar was out from that place, and he was unaffected, like seeing Ma Kali also. He was not like, oh, Ma Kali appeared for me, I'm such a great personality, oh Ma Kali, you are so great. Nothing like that. He just paid obeisances, maybe, or just sitting like a dumb deaf person, because he knew that it's okay if Ma Kali protects him or Ma Kali kills him. It doesn't matter, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is there for him. He will manage everything for him. He will not let him let something bad happen to him. So he was just surrendered soul, and he went. After Ma Kali went, he also went. He was not surprised. He just escaped that. Just escaped that Ma Kali appeared to him for him. So he was not at all surprised, happy, sad, nothing, shocked, nothing like that. He just went and sat under a tree. And what happened in that particular time, simultaneously, King Raghugana is a king of Sindh and Sauvira part, and he was going to Sage Kapila's ashram. So generally that time, people used to travel with bullock carts, and kings used to travel on horses or elephants, or just walking. Also, they used to travel, just traveling like walking. But the walk was a little longer, so the path of the forest was a little longer path. So the king decided that he can't go on elephant or horse, because it is said when you go to some like higher authority, some bigger authority, you don't have to show your opulences in front of them. It was just a gesture, you can say, a simple etiquette, that he was going to a sage whom he was like considering more more advanced than him, right? More advanced spiritually than him. So he cannot show his opulences in front of him, going on a chariot or going on a um, horse or elephant. So he decided to go on a palki. So four people carries a palki, as you can see here in this picture. So king was sitting inside, and four people were carrying him. Now in the mid of the forest only, one of the bearer went away. So he went away, or he fell ill. Something happened to him, and he just went. So there are three bearers left now, and a palki cannot be like put forward with three bearers. Three bearers cannot take the palki, no. So there will be disbalance in the palki. So all the three bearers went to search for a fourth bearer in the jungle. So what happened in the jungle? Sitting inside beside a tree was sitting deep in the forest. This was Jer Bharat sitting there. Now, sorry, the three palki bearers found him and felt that the robust man would be the perfect as the fourth bearer. And King Raghuna's entourage was back on the path once more. So Jai Bharat was said that, oh, can you bear the palki? And Jai Bharat agreed, like not showing any reaction. He agreed to bear the palki. So what happened then? Why aren't you carrying the palki properly? So Jai Bharat is now carrying the palki, and they thought that, oh, this man is so good and he will carry palki properly. But what happened? King Bharat's palki was not being carried properly after Jai Bharat came. Why? Because he was like moving here and there, moving here and there. Just 3 feet away, palki began to shake, and the king got angry. The three palki bearers were quite puzzled. They were doing their job well, and then why was the palki shaking? Frequently, they saw Jai Bharat bending every now and then to check whether there were any ants on his path. He could sidestep them and avoid killing them. This action was making Palki go off balance. He did not want to hurt any of the ants. He was a pure soul and being compassionate for all living beings. So what happened? They saw that where the Jad Bharat. So they thought that we three are not shaking the Palki. We three are doing our job well. Then why the Palki is shaking? So they looked to Jad Bharat, and what they saw, that Jad Bharat is not moving properly. He's moving like here and there, and seeing downwards every time. What he's seeing? He's seeing that ants are there walking, and he's saying that no ant should be killed because of his feet. So he was a pure devotee, and a pure devotee is every time compassionate for all the living beings, all the souls. So he was just moving in a way said so that no ants will be killed from his feet. In this movement only the palki was not being carried properly. Now what happened next? Being afraid of punishment from the king, the other three men told about the poor behavior of the new man. So King Raghunath felt it was right to reprimand someone for not doing this his assigned job properly. After all, he was a king. The king said to Jarbharat sarcastically, "You must be very tired. After all, you are so weak and old. And you have been carrying Palki since long time by yourself, haven't you?" So the king was told that this man is not carrying palki properly, and king sarcastically told him that, oh, you are tired or what? You're carrying the palki for so long and you are weak, so you are tired, right? So Jar Bharat, who was a self-realized soul, said to the king, he said, and he did not take king's harsh word to his heart. He just said, "Oh great king, whatever you say is true. I may not be doing my job to your satisfaction. But when you say that I am weak and old, you are referring to my body. The reality of scriptures is that I am not a body and a spirit soul. It is my body that is carrying your palki. So you are right in what you say, as you do not know the difference between the body and the soul." Okay, so Jair Bharat clearly replied to him in a very calm, peaceful manner that, O king, I may not be doing my job as per your satisfaction, as per the way you want, but you are saying that I am weak, I am like old. So this is not true, because body is not weak, body is not old. But the body is weak, body is old, but the soul, the spirit soul living inside the body cannot be weak or old, because I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. The body which is carrying your palki may be old, may be weak, but I am not weak. But you are saying this because you do not know the difference between the body and the soul. So, like this, he spoke. The king was shocked. Such exalted words coming from the mouth of a menial palki bearer. He immediately got down from his palki and offered his respects to Jarbarat, falling flat at his feet, thinking him to be a great soul. "Who are you, O Brahman? You appear as a dull headed dumb fool, but when you speak such learned words, why have you masked yourself like this? Please accept me as your disciple and instruct me to understand the mystery of life and death." So what happened when the king saw that he is uh, such a self-realized person? So he became his disciple and wanted Jar Bharat to instruct him. In this
Mataji,
way,
can
the
I
king,
read?
yeah, Aishini, read.
In this way, the king prostrated before Jadabharat and surrendered to him.
Mataji, can I read?
After this.
This uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the living entity. If one neglects it or gives it a chance, it will grow more and more powerful. It will become victorious. It is very strong. It covers the constitutional position of the soul. O king, please try to conquer this mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of the spiritual master and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do this with great care. Jadabharat instructed King Raghuvan about the purpose of the human form of life and how to achieve the same. Jadabharat fulfilled the very purpose of his life by imparting spiritual knowledge to King Raghuvan. Read Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 11 to know more about the instruction given by Jadabharat to King Raghuvan.
Okay, thank you so much, Aishini. So yeah, this part is completed now. So what happened that Jar Bharat is saying now, the king is a surrendered disciple of Jar Bharat, and Jar Bharat is instructing him. So he and took him as spiritual master. Now Jar Bharat is instructing. He's saying that, O king, this uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the living entity. If one neglects it or give it a chance, it would grow more and more powerful. So the biggest enemy, we think that, oh, this person is my enemy. Oh, this person is my enemy. That person is my enemy. This situation is my enemy. Or we think so many things as our enemy, right? Oh, this is my enemy. That is my enemy. But actual enemy is our mind. And when we give freedom to our mind, it becomes more and more powerful. So like, mm, when there is a fire and you put ghee in it, when you put oil in it, what happens? The fire burns with much higher flames, right? So similarly, when we keep fulfilling the desires which our mind says, when we keep listening to our mind becomes more and more powerful, just like the fire blaze higher and higher. So the Jayabharat is explaining this to king, that, O king, try to conquer your mind. How you'll be able to? You'll be able to conquer your mind by surrendering it to the service of Lord, to the service of the spiritual master, and do this with great care. In serving the Lord, in serving the spiritual master, we need to be careful. We need to be careful of not doing any offense, of not disrespecting, of not just like taking them lightly like that. We need to be careful. So this care should be there. And this is the instruction, like this, he instructed so many spiritual knowledge to King Raghugana. And to more, like to hear more such things, you can like hear, not to read more such thing, you can refer to chapter 5th, matlab canto 5th, chapter 11 of Shrimad Bhagavatam. uh, this canto and this chapter mention about King Raghugana meeting with Jar Bharat, canto 5 of Shrimad Bhagavatam, chapter 11. Now your homework is to memorize Bhagavad Gita 10.11 and Bhagavad Gita 8.6. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita 8.6, yeah. Last shloka, I think
Mataji,
it was.
can you give a new homework? I want more homework.
What, Mitranshu?
Ma'am, I want to have more homeworks.
Okay, you want to have more homework, Mitranshu? Yeah, okay. So I have homework for you that
Only
in
for me, I want homework for everyone.
oh, why you want homework for everyone, Mitranshu?
Because I stay saying yes. That's why.
Uh, First complete your homework, then I'll give it to everyone. Okay, Mitranshu?
Yeah. Aishimi and me are saying yes. So what about Devan, Gopesh and
Okay,
Amanda?
okay, Mitranshu. Okay, okay. So for everyone, homework is that Mitranshu,
Yes, Mataji.
don't create disturbance. Unnecessary disturbance. Okay, yeah. So for everyone, homework is this for Amira, Dev, Gopesh, Mitanshu. Aishni has left. No, Ashni is there also. So homework is this that you memorize all the previous shlokas which is being given to you, which have been given to you. Like so many shlokas are there. You never. I saw nobody sends a recording in the group of the shlokas. I know it is difficult. I find it difficult myself also to memorize the sloka, but yeah, we do it. How? Just you have to take the shloka and read it again and again and again till you are like comfortably reading it, and then you can just revise it, repeat it at your home. You are doing playing something, anything you are doing, you can just repeat the verses like this. You'll be able to remember and read the meaning, and try to understand the meaning too. If you any doubt, you can ask in the group, you can ask me personally. So everything is there, but you have to make effort, right? So try to remember the shloka. Nobody sends the shloka. Yeah, Aishni, you want to say something?
Mataji, can we recite Damodar Ashtakam?
Yeah, Aishni, of course you can recite.
Can we all recite?
Yeah, we can all recite. So I don't think everybody remembers it. Amira, you remember Damodarashtakam?
Not exactly, Mataji.
Okay, you do not. Dev,
Well,
Kopesh, what about you?
Mataji is so tough to tell the slokas.
Okay, I think Mitranshu will be same. I know Mitranshu. He's such a naughty kid.
well, you
Okay,
can share
Aishini.
the screen.
Yeah, I'll share it. I'm sharing. Okay, Rishite, Aishini. Okay, so I was talking about homework just a second. So this you have all to do. Okay, Aishini, you understood? You have to remember the shlokas and send it.
Yes,
Thumbs
Mat.
up if you understood. Okay, nice. For Mitranshu, your additional homework which you wanted, quote unquote. So, additional homework for you is that last two classes we have discussed so many things. You have to take out five points from each classes which you liked, or even if you don't like or didn't like anything, you have to search for it. Go through the PDF and search for good points, good things which you can apply in
Mataji,
your life, and
Mataji,
write 10 points in your copy and send
please,
it to me. Yeah, Mitranshu.
please, Mataji.
Yeah, you have to do this homework. You wanted homework, no? Now get
I
you.
want
You are getting
homework,
homework.
but I like the drawing.
You like drawing?
Mataji,
Okay.
I
Yes.
like drawing homeworks.
Okay,
And
you
I
like
also,
drawing. Okay, I'll give you drawing homework. You
yeah.
saw that picture? I'll send it in the group. You saw that picture of how
Mahatma.
Lord is there in our heart carrying lamp of light and destroying ignorance. You saw that picture, no?
Oh, that one. It's like a little easy, but I don't know how to draw a human, but I'll try it.
Okay, you have to draw that picture, one homework, and second, you have to draw the picture where King Raghugana is surrendering to Jad Bharat. Understood? You have to draw both the pictures and send it in the group. Everybody can
Mataji,
draw
can
if
you
they want.
please, Mataji, can you please like send it in the group?
Yeah,
Every
I'll send. Okay.
Mataji,
Chalo, let's recite the Mudrashtikam as per Aishini's request. Yeah.
can I also do the homework that 10 points can
Yeah,
I do?
Amira. Amira, yes, you can also do.
Nama Vishnu
कृष्णं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं
Chidanandarupa Lasat
लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले
Gokule
व्रजमानम्
Yashodakalathavamanam
यशोदात्म्यं
Varamdrishtamapyantam Rudantam Muhurni Ayujantam Kalam Bhojayugame Asadam Muhuswasakam Harirekakandam Chittagriham
दामोदरं भक्तिवेदान्तम्
इति दृक्सलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषहिमाचलं तदीशितग्नि
भक्तैषितार्थं
Mataji.
प्रेमातस्तं शतावृत्तिमन्
शतावृत्तिवन्दे
Mataji.
वरमेव मोक्षां न मोक्षां बधिं वा. After chanting, I'll talk, Midranshu.
Okay. Okay.
वृणेऽहं वरि
वर्षादपि
इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा
सदा
मे
मनस्यामीढष्टं
मनस्यामीढष्टं
किमन्
किमन् इदं
इदं
ते
ते मुखाम्बोजं
मुखाम्बोजं
मत्यन्तहीने
मत्यन्तहीनेर्वृतं कुण्ठलैस्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मोहश्च मृतां बिम्बारक्ताधरं मे मनस्य विरस्तामलक्ष्य नमो देवदामोदरानन्तविष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनं बतानो गृहर्निशमामज्ञानि
दक्षिणेश्वर
कुबेरमवधामुते भयद्वा त्वया मर्चितौ भक्तिभजो कृतौ च तथापि भक्तिं सकामे प्रयच्छ न नमस्ते स्तुधाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयधर्माय विश्वस्य नमो राधिकाय प्रिया नमो लीला
देवाय
Lucy. Oh, still. Why I have a question. Ma'am,
Chidanandaru
I have one question. Okay, bye, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So Mitranshu is already gussa. Okay. So thank you, Aishani, for reciting the Vadrashtakam. So I forgot to announce that it's Damodar month, Kartik month going on. So what we have to do, we have to recite Damodar Ashtakam every day. And this is Damodar Ashtakam, I'll share in the group. And we have to lamp offering we have to do. One lamp we have to offer to Krishna every day. Okay. So one lamp we have to offer to Lord, to Krishna every day to this form of the Lord. Okay. So we'll end it here. Homework you got. I hope you'll do your homework. And thank you for attending the class. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bye bye.
Mataji,
Yes, Amira.
can you send the shloka we recited now?
Yeah, I'll send it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.